we crack open that ice-cold can of refreshing good news, and with me at the desk is a man who really knows how to relish that first sip. It's Ross Mathews.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Drew.
All right, should we get right into it?
Right into it.
Right in. First up, we've got the latest in snack science today. It's food news.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, nom, nom.
Ross, if you could walk down any aisle with any snack food, who would the lucky snack be?
Okay, this is a very serious question, so I took it very seriously. My gateway food of all foods is pizza. Pizza is like the ex who I broke up with, and when I see them out, I'm like, oh, don't look at me.
Oh, that's funny, because I'm always like best friends with all my exes, and that's exactly how I feel about mac and cheese. I only have heart eyes for this. And, you know, sometimes I want to take it easy on the cheesy, but how do I just say no? Well, Insider reports that science says you can resist by using your old snifferoo. Researchers at the University of Florida say that if you smell your favorite snack for 2 minutes, the craving can disappear, and you're basically tricking your brain into thinking that you ate it. Ross, we're the guinea pigs today, and you've got a slice of za right in front of you.
Hello, lover. Hello.
I know, right? All right, let's give it a good whiff.
Okay. It does smell like pizza. Hi.
I just want to motorboat it. Oh, gosh, I don't know. Okay, well, we're just going to keep on sniffing until the end of the news, and then we'll really ask ourselves, but does anyone think this could work? Raise your hands if you think it's, like, plausible.
Yeah.
Not that many hands.
I'm kind of with those of you with your hands down. Now I want pizza more than I have in months. Like, now I'm like, girl.
As they say, bite down.
Just a little bite. I blame you. Why you got me smelling pizza up here?
I don't know, but you know, Ross, it is your story.
Oh, wait. All right.
That is worth it.
I know. You know what? You know what it tastes like? Pizza. All right, you keep chewing, Drew, and in the meantime, I'll talk about this. Yahoo Life reports Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles, who I call Wild Styles, thank you very much, were spotted in L.A. wearing matching outfits. They call it twinning, and apparently it's the new thing. Tons of celebs have been known to go matchy-matchy. Look at these ones. Brad Pitt twinning through his relationship history. Remember this, with Gwyneth, with Jen, with Angie.
Wow, he really does. Mm-hmm. He really twins.
I think it's cute. I don't think you should, like, identically match. Like, think, when in doubt, think like Destiny's Child. Remember how they were all sort of House of Dairy uncoordinated, but they weren't identical? Do that. That's cute. I will say Wellington and my fiance, we coordinate. We don't match, which I think is less tacky.
Well, I'm not to cut in on Wellington, but you and I coordinate, which I really love.
Yeah. Well, we do that every day. There's Wellington and I. We are in matching velour jumpsuits that I literally bought at Forever 21.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, I love that. You know, you and Wellington are planning your big wedding day as we speak. Yes. So I got to get your take on this next story, because this one really does it for me. All right? The New York Post reports that Doug and Deidre, a couple from Chicago, recently went viral when they issued an invoice to all the guests who flaked on their wedding. Look at this. I'm not kidding. This is real. They sent an official bill, and they're charging $120 per person to everyone who said they did, but then they didn't. And they didn't show up in Negril, Jamaica for the big day. The couple says they asked for confirmation 4 times, and none of the no-shows bothered to write, text, or call that they couldn't make it. Ross, what are your thoughts? Are you going to put invoices into people's boxes who do this to you?
Okay, I am planning a wedding, and I don't know if you heard, but they're not cheap. But if there were a no-show at my wedding, I'd like to think that I would send this. But I don't think I would. I think I would just silently resent you and then slowly cut you out of my life.
I think that's the natural thing to do, but I kind of get it. They should have let them know.
They should have let them know. And maybe they had, like, the best reason in the entire world. I would love to get to the bottom of this.
Me too, which is why Doug and Deidre, we want to talk.
Oh.
That's right. We want to reach out, and we wouldn't mind if a guest or two would come on and talk to us about why they were a no-show and did they have a reason.
Yes,
I'm not kidding.
yes.
Right?
Oh my God, I would, yes, please.
And I want to invite all of you and everyone at home, what's your take on the flake? Are you like a holdout? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you disagree? We want to hear about this. I think this is a movement in the making, and it's a little dangerous, but it's also a little dope. So, Ross, your story.
I want them all to come on, plead their case. Can we get judges' robes and then decide? Yes? Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong?
I'll pull an RBG.
Okay.
All right, Ross, your story.
Stay
Oh, God.
tuned, everyone. Okay, give me this, and then I'll tell you the story.
Thank you.
Okay, take it over here. I'm going to put it next to my pizza. We can...
Oh.
Goodbye. Okay. Finally, we've got a really touching story from Australia. I saw this, I showed Drew, and we had to tell you all about it. People reports that a farmer named Ben Jackson rallied his flock of sheep to pay tribute to a special family member. His Aunt Deb recently passed away after a long battle with cancer, and Ben couldn't make it to her funeral because of COVID and travel restrictions. So instead, he honored his incredibly giving aunt with a flock-shaped heart on his land in New South Wales. Look, he made the... How do you teach? What? How do you do that? But it was so beautiful and touching. What a beautiful gesture, you know? I think that was just lovely.
Ever since... You know, this is always the way I love to kind of end the news, because Ross brought this to my attention, and I haven't been able to get the visual out of my head ever since. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I can now go to in moments. I can travel to in my mind as a destination of peace, tranquility, and beauty. And Rossi, always, you're the one who taught me this. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew.